Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to English classes. Here, in this video, myself Srilata is going to explain comprehension skills. So, today let us see how to write comprehension, how to attempt comprehension. So, reading comprehension tests your ability to understand a passage, answer questions on the basis of what is stated and implied through the passage. That means you have seized information and incorporated it into your knowledge. Before start writing the questions, you need to read the passage 2 times so that you can identify the main idea, appreciate features such as the author's tone and attitude, as well as the organization of the passage. So, I told you reading comprehension implies understanding the meaning of a given article or a short passage. Comprehension tests are meant to review the understanding level of the children. Before start writing the question answers, students need to have complete understanding of the passage. And do not use outside knowledge in selecting or formulating your answers. Always answer only from what is there in the passage. Now children, whenever you are given a passage to read, followed by several questions to be answered, always read the passage 2 times as I told you earlier before attempting the questions. By doing this, you are well aware of what to look for the passage when you read. So, first you have to read the passage once. That is called as the first reading. That is, read straight through the extract, taking in what you can but without worrying too much. That means just read it. Try to understand, that's all. Just read the passage. And next reading is called as the close reading. In close reading, try to go between the lines. Read the passage until you understand the passage as a whole. Then, third step, after reading the passage twice, go to the questions. Just read the set of questions given. Don't try to answer the questions, only read the questions. Read the questions and think about what you are asked to do. Work out your answers in rough, in your mind or in rough. Then again read the passage. Then that time when you read third time, try to locate your answers in the passage. I have seen some children have got the habit that they read the first paragraph, try to get answers for 1 or 2 questions from the first paragraph. Children, that is a wrong method. Before start writing the answers, you are supposed to read the passage twice. And in the third step, read the set of questions. And fourth time, try to locate the answers in the passage. Because it is not necessary that your first questions answer will be only in the first paragraph. It may be there in the first paragraph and also in the third paragraph. You may have to pick the points from other paragraphs also. So don't try that method. That is a wrong method. Then you would have seen that sometimes the question comes as quote. To test your comprehension skills, you may be asked to pass a judgment or give an inference on a certain text in the message. In all such cases, you must ensure that your answer contains information only from the passage. That is, if you are asked to quote a word or a phrase or a sentence, do exactly and remember the inverted commas. That means, if the question is starting from quote the line from the passage. So, the exact line you have to pick from the passage, and also don't forget to put inverted commas. So these are some of the steps which you have to follow when you write comprehension passage. So now I'm going to explain these rules or the method what I told through an example. The example which is given in your Total English book, that is chapter number 1. So children, please take out your Total English book, and in chapter number 1 there is a passage, and you know that chapter number 1 is solved. So let us see that. First, read the passage, that is, Captain Parrot Haltroy stood at the advance post office picket guard, talking in low tones with his sentinel. A man approached them from the direction of the camp, carelessly whistling, and was promptly halted by the soldier. He was evidently a civilian. While the sentinel had been examining the civilian's pass, the captain had eyed the latter narrowly. Latter means the second person, one who came there. Surrender, said the captain as calmly as a slight breathlessness from exertion would permit, or you die. The pass is a forgery, the officer said, interrupting. I am Captain Haltroy, and you are Dramer Brune. Yes, I am Dramer Brune, a spy and your prisoner. I have on my person, as you will soon discover, a plan of your fort and its armament, a statement on the distribution of your men and their number, a map of the approaches showing the position of all your outposts. The next day, early in the morning, the two men, captor and captive, sat in the tent of the former. Mr. Brune, said Captain Haltroy, you probably do not understand why I recognized you in your disguise, nor how I was aware of your name. He continued, my knowledge of you goes back to the autumn of 1861. At the time, you were a soldier in an Ohio regiment, a brave and trusted soldier. To the surprise and grief of your officers and comrades, you deserted and went over to the enemy. Soon afterwards, you were captured in a skirmish, recognized, tried by the court-martial, and sentenced to be shot. So court-martial means punishment given by the armed forces to the soldiers. One dark and stormy night, I had just returned from a long, fatiguing march and was put on guard over you. You sat in a corner, and my orders were to kill you if you attempted to rise. As the long silent hours wore away, I had yielded to the demands of nature by falling asleep. I myself incurred the death penalty by sleeping at the post of duty. The captain patiently said, Mr. Brune, whatever your conscience may permit you to be, you saved my life. You pitied my fatigue. You let me sleep, watched over me, and as the time drew nearer for the relief guard to come and detect me in my crime, you gently woke me up. I ought to have confessed my fault in order to release a story of your magnanimity. It might have procured you a pardon. 100 times I resolved to do so, but shame prevented me from doing that. Well, heaven forgive me. Captain Haltroy turned to the army officer and said, this gentleman is a deserter and a spy. He is to be shot dead in the presence of the troops. Half an hour later, a startling sound of a volley of musketry was heard. A little later, a single pistol shot was heard nearby. It was a shot with which Captain Haltroy renounced his life, which in conscience he could no longer keep. In compliance with the note that he left for the officer who succeeded him, he was buried like the deserter and spy without military honors, and in the solemn shadow of the mountain, the two slept well in the long forgotten grave. So, children, now along with me, you read once, and once again you have to read it. So, before reading the set of questions, please read the passage twice. In the first reading, you may not understand much. In the second reading, try to understand the passage, try to comprehend it and read through the lines. And in third time, what is the third step? You have to read the set of questions. So first is the meaning. Meaning, sentinel, deserted, skirmish. So here you have to see that the first and the last ones are nouns and the second one is a verb, and it is in which tense? Deserted. Deserted is in past tense, and your answer also should be in past tense. So now answer the following questions brief. And who was the man who evidently looked like a civilian? Why did the captain ask him to surrender? So now I am not going to go to the answer. What I told you, you have to read the questions. All the questions you have to read. Then second question, how did Captain Hatroy know Drammer Brune? Third question, how did Captain Hatroy incur the death penalty? How did Drammer Brune save Captain Hatroy's life? How could have Captain Hatroy procured a pardon for Drammer Brune? Why could not he do so? So these are the 5 questions you have to read. Now you read the question, understood the meaning of the question, and also see the tense of the question. Okay. Now what is the first step? Now you have to read it and search for the answers. So first 2 times you read the passage, then you read the set of questions given, then come again to the passage. Now you find out the answers according to the tense of the question. Now the first thing is we are going to solve this. The first is give the meanings. So here this is a solved paper. The first is deserted. Sorry, sentinel. Sentinel I told you is a noun. It is means a soldier kept on guard. Deserted is in past tense, so you also have to give the meaning in past tense. That is, it is left. Skirmish, a short fight. Okay, between small groups. So according to the passage you have to give the answer. The meaning should suit the passage. Then see the answers. The question was, who was the man? Who was the man? Past tense. Who was the man who evidently looked like a civilian? Why did the captain? Okay. Who was the man and why did the captain? Past tense. In past tense it is. The civilian was actually Drammer Brune, a spy. The captain asked him to surrender. Why did the captain ask him to surrender? Since it is did, asked him to surrender because he had recognized him as a spy and was sure that the civilian pass he was carrying was a forgery. Forgery means not a real one. Now the second question, how did Captain Hatroy know Drammer Brune? How did he know? Did, past tense. Again, Captain Hatroy knew. Past tense of know, K-N-O-W, know. Drammer Brune because years back he was ordered to guard overnight Drammer Brune, who had deserted to the enemy and had been captured in a skirmish, tried by court-martial and was sentenced to be shot. Like that he knew him. Then the third question, how did Captain Hatroy incur the death penalty? Captain Hatroy incurred. How did Captain Hatroy incur? Did incur will become incurred. Incurred the death penalty on himself by falling asleep at the post of duty. Then how did Drammer Brune save Captain Hatroy's life? Drammer Brune saved Captain Hatroy's life when the latter had fallen asleep by not only letting him asleep, watching over him, but also waking him up before the relief guard could see him sleeping on duty. Then how could have the captain procured a pardon for Drammer Brune? Why could not he do so? Captain Hatroy could have procured a pardon for Drammer Brune by confessing his fault on having slept on duty and telling how Drummer Brown kept a watch on him and saved him from being dictated while sleeping. Captain Hatroy could not do so for the fear of being shamed because of his irresponsible act of neglecting his duty. So, this way you have to write the answers. Now, children, there is another question, that is summary writing. So, in this passage, the question is, in not more than 50 words, state why Captain Hatroy could not keep the burden of life in his conscience and what did he do to unburden himself. So, it should be very precise, to the point answer. And if you write unwanted answers, unwanted points, it will not be counted. Brown and grid is must. You draw the grid first for 50 words, then start your answers. First, the method is that first you can write, do a rough draft. In the rough draft, the answers may be, the words may be less than 50 or more than 50 also. And after making a rough draft, again read it once or twice, make it a fair draft and write in the grid. And after writing the answer, fair answer, remember to cross the rough draft. Otherwise, give the heading rough draft. So, Brown, a spy, saved Captain Hatroy's life by neither escaping nor reporting on him while the latter slept on duty. But the burden of not being able to reciprocate Brown's magnanimity by allowing him to be executed weighed too much on his conscience. He took his life and unburdened himself. So only 50 words. Please don't write more than 50 words, because whatever answer we expect may be beyond 50 words. So that will not be considered. We consider only the first 50 words. So this is a way to, and these are the steps, and this is a way to understand the comprehension and write the answers. So children, please take out your books. You can do the comprehension of other chapters also, that is second, third, fourth and fifth, which is there for the first term. Then also please follow your 8th class comprehensive grammar. In that also there are many passages, and try to do that and keep reading as a habit. Only that will help you to do English 1 paper. So hope all of you are fine and staying healthy. Let me conclude my topic here. Thank you.